Hi and welcome back. So a recent study published in April of 2023 has casted some doubt on a popular dietary regime, one I'm currently following myself, hence my interest. So I thought it would be interesting to look at. Enough waffling off me, let's jump into the presentation and let's see what this new study on intermittent fasting has got to offer. This is a review of a piece I read that was penned by Professor Amanda Avery of the University of Nottingham, where she covers a study that was conducted at the Norwegian School of Sports Sciences in Oslo and which was published in the journal Frontiers, and it looked into the effects of OMAD, the 1 meal a day diet, on metabolic health. And there are links in the description below to the study and to the articles I used to put this presentation together. The author, Amanda Avery, starts the piece by writing, "One of the latest trends among celebrities is the 1 meal a day diet, or OMAD. Fans of OMAD include Bruce Springsteen and Coldplay frontman Chris Martin. Many proponents of OMAD claim it helps them better manage their weight and also keep fit. Although maybe a fad in the affluent West, in many parts of the world as a result of poverty, it's an unescapable way of life. But is it as healthy as many self-proclaimed health and lifestyle experts would want you to believe?" OMAD is essentially a more extreme version of other types of fasting diets, such as intermittent fasting or time-restricted eating. The main difference is instead of only fasting on certain days or eating your meals during a specific time window, people following OMAD eat all of their day's calories in one single large meal. While supporters of OMAD say that following the diet improves many aspects of health, we actually know very little about what the effect of eating just 1 meal a day has on our body, let alone if OMAD is actually safe. As the author has stated, evidence supporting the use of OMAD is limited. Very few studies have actually looked into OMAD itself, and most of those were conducted in animals. As such, most of the claims that OMAD works are anecdotal, or they assume that if other forms of fasting can benefit your health, then OMAD will too. Research into fasting is still emerging. Some evidence indicates that one form of intermittent fasting, known as the 5-2 diet, may help people better manage their weight. 5-2 is where a person normally eats for 5 days a week, normally being not in a caloric deficit, and then 800 calories a day for 2 or more days a week. However, the author believes this diet is no better than other dietary approaches either. So why she would single it out in this piece, the reasons at the moment still elude me. Research has also found that time-restricted eating, that's where you eat all your day's calories within a specific window of time, can help people better manage their weight. The intermittent fasting approach has other health benefits too, such as lowering blood pressure. One study found that many different types of fasting, including intermittent fasting and every other day fasting, can improve several aspects of metabolism. These included improving blood sugar, cholesterol levels, reducing inflammation, and helping people better regulate their appetite. This, in turn, may help people reduce the risk of obesity, type 2 diabetes, and also cardiovascular disease. To date, only one study has looked at the effect of eating 1 meal a day in humans. In this study, the 11 participants, 5 men and 6 women, were given the same number of calories to eat each day for the study's duration, and the study lasted for just 11 days. For the first half of the study, participants ate all of their calories in a single meal. They then switched and ate all their calories split into the more traditional 3 meals per day. So let's take a look at the results. When participants ate 1 meal a day, and that was between 5 p.m. and 7 p.m, they saw a greater reduction in their body weight and in their fat mass, and this is a good thing. However, participants also had greater reductions in lean mass and bone density, which could be bad. The author, and not the researchers, wrote, "This could lead to reduced muscle function and greater risk of bone fractures if the diet was to be followed for a longer period of time." And in my humble opinion, this statement seems to be irrefutable. However, when you look at the differences recorded in the study paper, you can see that they're very small indeed, and I'm not sure if they are statistically significant or not. The author, Professor Avery, is a PhD, so she would know whether or not they are, and I think this is something she could have mentioned in this paper. Now, animal studies looking into the effects of OMAD have had conflicting results, with some research showing mice who ate one large meal a day actually gain more weight when compared to those who ate multiple meals. While these results may indicate that OMAD could have benefits for some people, the author believes there is still a lot we don't know about OMAD as a dietary method. As with all studies, there are some limitations. The researchers wrote, the most important limitation of our study is that the study was conducted in free living, healthy individuals, and they were aged 31 plus or minus 1.7 years. A reliable cohort, I'll let you decide. Data on the food intake was obtained from food diaries completed by the participants. The researchers felt the need to elaborate on this factor by saying, nonetheless, our results showed the participants were most likely compliant to the 1 meal a day pattern since the glucose sensor showed lower glucose concentrations throughout the day. It's a strong point that we carefully characterized strength, maximal power and aerobic capacity under controlled conditions and with state-of-the-art methodologies. It will be important for future studies to investigate the effect of OMAD on a larger number of participants and in other groups of people. Remember, this study was only conducted in lean young adults. It will also be important for studies to look at the effect of OMAD over a longer period of time and to conduct these trials in a real life setting. Remember, this study was only conducted over 11 days. It will also be interesting to know whether the timing of the meal can further improve the results and if the nutritional profile of the meal actually makes a difference. The author, Professor Amanda Avery, also noted some other possible downsides to OMAD. She writes, if someone is just having one meal a day, then it's going to be quite difficult for them to meet all their nutritional requirements, especially for energy, protein, fibre, and the key vitamins and minerals. Not getting enough of these important nutrients could lead to a loss of muscle mass, risk of constipation, and poor gut health. Someone following OMAD will need to ensure they get a good serving of protein and plenty of vegetables, nuts, seeds, and some fruit and whole grains during their single daily meal to meet those nutritional requirements. They will also need to get a good serving of dairy to make sure that they meet their calcium and iodine requirements, or a supplement, or an alternative if they are indeed plant-based. The author also states this is not a diet we would recommend for children, anyone who's pregnant, hoping to become pregnant, or breastfeeding, and definitely not for a person who may be at risk of an eating disorder. It's also important to note that while this diet might work for celebrities, they have access to nutrition professionals, high quality diets and supplements where needed. For most of us, this kind of diet could be unsustainable and potentially harmful in the long run. Well, I hope you found that interesting or informative, hopefully both. And if you're practicing or thinking about practicing OMAD, I hope you found it helpful too. I've made some notes. The author's stance seems to be that OMAD is bad because of this one-day study that showed a very small change in lean mass and muscle density, but didn't mention whether or not that was actually significant. I think she could have listed other options. She mentioned the 5-2 diet for some reason. Unlike veganism, OMAD doesn't have to be all day, every day as a rigid lifestyle. I'm practicing 2 days a week. That may go up to 3. I don't think I'm going to be seeing the same reduction in lean mass and muscle density as the people in this study. Many people may practice OMAD for the first week of every month, or they may practice it 1 week on, 1 week off. There are many options open to people that want to experiment with OMAD, none of which were mentioned here in this piece, which I think is disappointing, or it's a bit of a shame. As for me, I shall continue practicing OMAD 2 days a week. I think I'm enjoying it. I think I'm finding it fairly easy. So I'm going to up that to 3 days a week. And when I do, obviously I will let you know. Let me know in the comments below, do you practice OMAD? Do you do it every day, or do you have a different specific protocol? I'm experimenting with this, I'm learning about this, so what you do may work for me also. I'd be interested to see. Well, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. As always, please take care, stay safe, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.